Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me for another Wealth Wednesdays with Dionne. Today I have a question from an Instagram viewer, and her question was regarding Roth accounts. She stated that she had opened a Roth but really didn't know what it was or what to do with it. So I wanted to pull that question because I get it so often. So first of all, I just want to start out with what is a Roth. So a Roth is basically an individual retirement account that you can open up at a brokerage or a bank. And the special thing about a Roth IRA or a Roth individual retirement account is that the contributions that you put into it are tax free whenever you go to withdraw them. So that is a huge plus, and that is what makes it different from a traditional or regular IRA. Now, the only thing with a Roth is at the end of the year, usually with a regular traditional IRA, you will receive a form that you'll be able to put on your taxes and say, hey, I contributed a certain amount to my traditional IRA, and the government will allow you to reduce your taxable income by that amount of your contributions. Now, that is not so with a Roth IRA. At the end of the year, you don't get that slip, and you do not get to reduce your taxable income by the amount of your contributions. But whenever you go to pull those funds out, whenever you get ready to retire, or if you're over 59 and a half, when you pull those funds out, they will be tax free, and you don't have to worry about Uncle Sam's little greedy hands coming at you whenever you are going to go to withdraw your funds. So that's a huge plus, especially if you think that your tax rate is going to be higher in the future. You can go ahead and contribute after tax money right now, and whenever you go to withdraw those funds, you don't have to worry about paying taxes on your contributions or on your earnings on those contributions. So that is huge because your contributions as well as your earnings on those contributions grow tax free. So that is a little bit about what a Roth IRA is. Next thing you want to know is who can actually use a Roth IRA. Now, the limits change every year as far as the income. If you are single in 2021, that limit is now $140,000. So if you make $140,000 or less and you are single, then you can contribute to a Roth IRA. Now, if you're married, that limit goes up to $208,000. So if you all have an income of up to $208,000, you can contribute to a Roth IRA as well. Now, the other thing is how much you can contribute to a Roth IRA. I wish that there were no limits as far as how much you can contribute to a Roth, but unfortunately there is. And in 2021 and 2022, since they did not raise this limit, the limit is $6,000 per year. So you can invest up to $6,000 inside of a Roth IRA if you are 50 and under. Now, if you're 50 and older, they allow you to invest a little bit more because of what's called a catch-up contribution. And if that's the case, you can contribute up to $7,000 in 2021 and 2022. So like I said, these things change every single year, so you want to visit irs.gov to get the full scope of a Roth IRA account. This is just a little overview of what a Roth IRA is and who may want to use one and the benefits of doing so. Now, last but not least, what should you do with your Roth IRA once you have it open? I see people open up Roth IRAs and IRAs period all the time, but they never send money to them. So the first thing you have to do is to send money and fund your IRA, which is basically sending money to the bank or brokerage account where you open it up. And the next thing you need to know is what exactly do you put inside of this tax advantaged account. So you can do a couple of things. One, you can look into ETFs, which are exchange traded funds such as SPY. That's kind of a hands-off, a really hands-off way to invest. The returns are, mediocre. It's pretty good, between 8 and 10% typically for those returns. What I like to do is to invest in individual stocks, which does mean that you will have to learn how to do so. And that's exactly what I teach in my stock market masterclass. The returns we're able to get double those of a ETF. So this is really important because the higher your returns, the harder your money is working for you. So those are two options, ETFs or stocks, individual stocks. You can also invest in bonds, which pay interest, or you can do something like REITs, real estate investment trusts, if you want to kind of get into real estate with not really getting into owning physical property. So those are just a couple of ways that you can invest inside of your Roth IRA. I hope that this has been helpful, and I definitely am here for you if you have any questions regarding exactly how to know what to invest in and what is good for you. I teach you step by step and a step-by-step process for analyzing different stocks and even ETFs for investment long term. So I'm just glad that you took that first step and opened that account, and I hope that this was helpful to you. I will see you all on the next Wealth Wednesday. Bye.